First for the BP Lawyers. Number 2, Janet Seguri. Number 4, Erica Hill. Number 5, Desiree Dabrowski. Number 6, Ayaka Hamaji. Number 9, Georgia Worthington. Number 10, Emily Jo Hiltz. Number 11, Georgia Well. Number 12, Jessica Benning. Number 13, Claire Johnston. Number 14, Julia Lucio. Number 15, Sasha McDonald. Number 16, Courtney Norton. Number 18, Brooklyn Rosario. Number 20, Josie Clark. Number 21, Mackenzie Shinko. Number 23, Elissa Camilleri. Goaltender, number 29, Zoe Feeks. Number 44, Zoe Chalmers. Goaltender, number 55, Davina Gillis. And number 77, Rachel King. That is the BP Warriors. And now for the Skywomen ascent. Number 1, Chelsea Gibson. Number 2, Dee Kenny. Number 3, TK Dockstader. Number 5, Kenley Jacobs. Number 6, Farrah Blackburn. Number 7, Jolene John. Number 9, Trisha John. Number 10, Nequan Talpin. Number 11, Jada Dockstader. Number 13, Ava Gabriel. Number 15, Lindsay John. Number 18, Shane Jimerson. Number 19, Jill Benedict. Number 21, Kelsey John. Number 23, Chelsea John. Goaltender, number 29, Chelsea Doolittle. Number 39, Reagan Martin General. And number 55, Ben Burrow. Ladies and gentlemen, the Skywomen League. At this time, if you are able to, we ask that you please rise for the playing of O Canada and the Haudenosaunee anthem.
once again to the 2024. Hello, lacrosse friends. Welcome once again to the 2024 LAXNAI, the North American Invitational at the Utica University Nexus Center. I am Stephen Stamp, and we have reached the final game for this tournament, for this group of 5 tournaments. The men have crowned their champions. The U18s and U15 boys have crowned their champions. The Masters have crowned their champions. And now we are about to crown the champion of the 2024 LAXNAI Women's Division. It is Skywomen Ascend in the purple with white trim, going left to right. And on the right, going right to left in their white with the blue and some gray at the bottom, it is the BP Lawyers, the defending champions. BP ran the table in their games, a 7-2 win over Identity Lacrosse, a 7-2 win over the Tri-City Lacrosse Club, and then a 5-1 semifinal win over Loggers LC. Skywomen Ascend came out with a 5-0 win over Poland, 5-1 over Identity Lacrosse, and then also ran the table as they got a 5-1 win over the Thousand Island Spirits in their semifinal. Should be a great battle here. We had a great gold medal game last year between BP Lawyers and the New Westminster Salmon Bellies. The Bellies not here this year. They had a lot of players on that team who ended up playing for Canada at the World Lacrosse Championships here in Utica a few weeks ago. Pretty tough to make that trip twice within 3 weeks. So we knew there was going to be a little bit of a drop-off in terms of West Coast participation. But we have 8 teams taking part this year in the women's LAXNAI. It is fantastic. And we are underway. The first 30-second clock is going to expire, and Farrah Blackbird will just roll the ball down into the corner. Blackbird with a pair of goals for Skywomen Ascend, as do Jada Dockstader, Ava Gabriel, and Raven Martin General. And then they have a pair who have 3 each in Dee Panton, number 3, and Lindsey John, number 15. There's the first save by Chelsea Doolittle, the starting goalie for Skywomen Ascend. And here comes Bina Garrow. Tough defender, comes up into the offensive zone and is looking for someone to get the ball to. She'll hand it off to Panton. Flips the ball over to Kenley Jacobs. Panton with 4 on the shot clock, gets a double screen. Shot goes through, but Davina Gillis makes the save. There were a lot of legs between the shooter and the net, but it did find its way, but Gillis, the last line of defense, stopped it. Here's a little sidearm sweep shot from Josie Clark. That one's going to go wide, and it's going to get back, not quite over center. Pretty good work there by Georgia Whalen to retain possession. They are down to 3 seconds and do get a shot off, but Doolittle has no problem laying that one, sweeping it up with her stick. Here's Ava Gabriel. Had a pair of goals in the semifinal win to lead Skywomen Ascend to this championship matchup. Jessica Benning eventually comes up with the ball. She will sprint up over center. Leaves it for Julia Ruscio. Ruscio with 3 goals in the tournament, second leading goal scorer on this BP Lawyers team. Alyssa Camilleri just got stripped. She's the leader with 4, but here is Mequan Tulpin racing in, buries it. Mequan Tulpin has had a great tournament, but that is her first goal. Could not come at a much better time than to get things rolling for Skywomen Ascend. Big defensive play, and look at the wheels as Tulpin knew she could get a breakaway if she just sprints away. Goes really fast so she can slow down a bit at the end and have control as she drifts this shot in between the legs of Davina Gillis. You can see Gillis on her goal line, knows it's one-on-one, steps out. Didn't have much chance to move as Tulpin just found her hole and drilled it home. It's 1-0 Skywomen Ascend. Dee Panton gets that ball back, circles around. They're down to 6 on the shot clock. That shot's going to get off in time, but is well wide, and it'll be a fresh possession in 30 seconds for BP Lawyers. Rachel King directs traffic, guides Zoe Chalmers over to the far boards. Chalmers comes back near side, then gets a pick where she can get into our offensive end. Shot from the outside, that one's wide. Rebound gets away from TK Dockstader. Here's Tulpin again on the run. Switches hands to lefty, switches back to righty. She's been switching quite a bit today. Third time she actually made a really nice pass lefty from behind the net to set up an Ava Gabriel goal in the last game, but that might have been a little bit much switching because Tulpin just didn't have a lot of time left to get her shot off when she got in on top of the crease. Skywomen send with possession. Here's Blackbird. One of the shining stars of the World Championships a couple weeks ago here in Utica. She's going to be called for through the crease, then first to play the ball. We'll turn it over. Picked up by Ayaka Hamaji. Gets it ahead to Ruscio. Ruscio also a standout at the Worlds, playing for Ireland. One of the top scorers for them and in the tournament. Quickly across, Rachel King. Kind of dangled the stick out a bit. It was nicely trail checked. Good job by Connie John, but then John was stripped. Lawyers got about a second into that reset, and then that shot was turned aside. Long outlet pass. Dee Panton takes it nicely with the body to control it down in front of her, so she's able to pick it up. Now she's driving to the net. Here comes the slide. She was hoping the lane would remain open. It did not. Emily Hiltz all over her, trying to rub her off into the boards. Great pick by Kenley Jacobs, but Panton steps on the crease line. Mackenzie Shimko, pass across, doesn't quite connect with Alyssa Camilleri, but they get it back. Nice job there. Erica Hill zipping in to get it. Hill was the player who was racing back, playing some transition defense on Miquan Tulpin on Tulpin's second break. Really limited the opportunity. But Tulpin looks like she's taken off for another one. Couple of BP Lawyers get out. They had some forwards getting to the bench, so they quickly make their way over and take away that break. So Tulpin passes it off, and here's Farrah Blackbird. She's got Ava Gabriel. Nice pass, but it just pops off the stick of Gabriel. That's a trick when you get so excited the pass is coming, and you're ready to shoot before you've caught the ball sometimes. You can see on Ava Gabriel's face that she was not very happy coming off, that she dropped that one. Again, a pair of goals for her in the previous game. It's been a huge difference for Skywomen Ascend just getting here to the gold medal game. We're approaching the midway point of this first of two 15-minute running time halves. Kenley Jacobs surveys, tries to run past Brooklyn Rosario, gets in, shoots, stave by Gillis. Rosario comes up with the rebound. She had Claire Johnston running. Tulpin took her away, so Johnston was pointing across the floor, and another teammate coming out, but they get a chance the other way as Skywomen Ascend turn the tables. Davina Gillis with the stop. She'll go to Claire Johnston. Great acceleration for Johnston to avoid that check. It's a 3-on-2. She got Ruscio with her. Will shoot instead. Pretty good option. Ruscio gets the rebound, drives to the net, scores! What a rebound and putback by Julia Ruscio. That's a beautiful finish. I like the decision by Claire Johnston to take this shot, and it turns out very well for them. That's a nice little pick as well. Just enough by Georgia Boardington. Right there. Takes the defender. Big whack on Ruscio as she's shooting, but that does not deter her, and she bounces that one home. It's 1-1. 6:40 to go here in the first half. We had a great championship game last year. There's a shot taken hard by Camilleri. It was the BP Lawyers and Salmon Bellies from New Westminster. 7-6 was the final in that game. Ashley Bull with a hat trick. She wound up playing for Canada at the Worlds. Erica Evans, a number of goals. She was the MVP of the tournament. She was actually on the all-world team. There's a nice shot in front by Georgia Whalen, but she has actually absolutely bombed to the turf afterwards. And Skywomen Ascend will move forward. Gabriel, nice job avoiding the pressure. The pass doesn't quite connect, but Cheyenne Jimerson, oh, I thought she was going to get it. Looks like Benning will come out. No, now it pops into the corner, and Kenley Jacobs. Jacobs didn't like the way she was banged into the boards a bit by Courtney Norton. Swung around and got back, and now we just have a bit of a melee. And eventually, somebody's going to pick up this ball. The 30-second clock will expire, and that'll blow things down, but we're going to have a slashing call. That'll be Kenley Jacobs. That might have been the one right there, the sweeping swat by Jacobs. I think that was probably it. The one hand, whoo, looked like Zorro taking a whack on that one. Camilleri at the top on the power play. Lawyers will look to see if they can get ahead for the first time in the game. No shot as it was blocked out front. Lots of time though. Camilleri just calms them all down. Gets the pass back from Johnston. Shoots low. Doolittle swallows that one up. Tulpin cutting through the middle. Oh, the pass bounces off her shoulder pad. Right idea, just didn't quite connect. That pass coming from Jill Benedict. 17 seconds left on the power play. Johnston brings it near side to Mackenzie Shimko. She'll step in and fire one. Almost got through 7-hole, but Doolittle closes the door. Skywomen Ascend will kill this penalty. They won't have possession when it ends, but they will have the penalty end. Although they may just get it because Dee Panton, just a buzzsaw going after that ball. Now she's got some help from Connie John. Loose ball push, and it will be Skywomen possession. Rewarded for their efforts for Dee Panton and Connie John. Panton now checked hard into the boards. There's a line of women checking each other. It pops out and it's grabbed there. Jenna Taguri on the run. Oh, tried to make the pass. It popped out of her stick. She can't believe it because she knew she had somebody breaking ahead. A little frustrated. Good play to get it up over center, though. Get them into the offensive zone. Claire Johnston steps off a check, shoots low. Doolittle with the save 5-hole. She's pretty solid 5-hole. It seems like the Lawyers are trying to take a few shots there, and don't see a lot getting by Chelsea Doolittle. Gabriel will get it across to Lindsey John. She's going to let that rip. Saved by Davina Gillis. You can see the moment where Lindsey John decided, yes, this is my lane. Hand it off here. Ayaka Hamaji gets it ahead. Benning, you got to get over. Skywomen Ascend bench is saying the shot clock's at 17 seconds as they get over. How is that a 10 count? That not a 10 count. But the officials do count it themselves because you just never know. Sometimes the clock can be a little funny about resetting. Nicely grabbed there. We'll change of direction for Jill Benedict. Julia Ruscio back with some defensive pressure. Gets through the legs of Panton. Eventually grabbed by Connie John, but they're down to 14 seconds left on the shot clock and still trying to get into the offensive set. Big check from Rosario. Farrah Blackbird just going to have to let one rip. Gillis stops it. It gets away from her, though, on the rebound. Tapped along the floor. Emily Hiltz will come up with it. Lobbed out. Oh, nice job by Jenna Taguri. Great catch. Here comes Claire Johnston. That's not a goal. Doolittle gets it. That was a great play by Johnston to take that pass. Really liked the play by Taguri to get it up to her, but Johnston just robbed. How is she doing in the tournament here? She's got 2 goals and 2 assists, at least. Claire Johnson had a goal and 2 assists last game. She was misnumbered for a bit. We just got that one for the semifinals. She was wearing 13, not the 45 with which they'd originally listed her. Here's Gabriel. That one misses. Comes straight back to her. Immediate pressure from Josie Clark. Jacobs can't handle that pass. With 6 seconds left in the shot clock, she and a couple of her teammates will quickly get off the floor, get some defenders out, and Josie Clark is going to slow down. Georgia Boardington shoots, shoulder save, Doolittle. Final minute of the first half, 1-1 the score. Goes to show that you don't always have to have a lot of scoring to have an entertaining lacrosse game. It's been a good one. Can somebody get a lead before the half strikes? Courtney Norton will head into the corner, but it's going to roll all the way down to Gillis. She'll make that short pass to Norton. Throws it over to Emily Hiltz. Hiltz whips it out. They're not going to make the 10-second count. Yeah, once that circle back happened by Rachel King with Miquan Tulpin looming, there was zero chance they were going to get across in time. 11 seconds left. Skywomen have to hurry. They've got 8 seconds. Blackbird on the run. She's the one you want with the ball. Great defense, though, by Rachel King, other than the swatting her once she's down on the floor, which is going to lead to Skywomen going to the power play when we come back for the second half. It should be a beauty. I'm Steven Stamp. This is LAXNAI 2024. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you in 2 minutes. Hey, lacrosse friends, welcome back. We are seeing some highlights from the first half. That's a blast from Mackenzie Shimko that was stopped by Chelsea Doolittle. Here is the break by Claire Johnson. Nice hustle back by Miquan Tulpin, and Doolittle makes another save. There's another save. So it's the Chelsea Doolittle highlight reel here in the first half break. But we are going to go to Chelsea Gibson between the pipes for Skywomen Ascend. In the second half, they've been going back and forth, splitting halves the entire tournament. Miquan Tulpin puts her shoulder down and is flattened by Mackenzie Shimko. And that is fascinating because Miquan Tulpin is usually the one who is dishing out the punishment, not receiving it. That is a collision of a couple of very strong lacrosse players in Tulpin and Shimko. Lindsey John. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Oh, no, they're calling for a reset. Tulpin's going to take the shot because she saw that it only had a couple seconds showing on the board. Bit of a shame because the officials were indicating for a reset. but they will get the ball back and go to the power play with 10 seconds left. Left there for Gabriel. She lets one go. Davina Gillis with the stop. Looks like Gillis going the distance in this one for BP Lawyers. That pass doesn't quite connect. Oh, nice effort. Driving after it for Rachel King. Chelsea Gibson has it, though. It's not exactly what you want to face your first challenge when you've just jumped into a game and you have a player racing down looking for a breakaway. Jessica Benning with the heavy defensive pressure. Deep Anton, a little pick to spring some space. Here's Lindsey John. Tries to go back against the green with the pass to Cheyenne Jimerson. Doesn't quite connect. They've only got 4 on the shot clock. Panton with it. She will be smooshed against the boards by Brooklyn Rosario. Good D and then good hustle by Rosario to get off the floor. Oh, turn and look. Jolene John was lining up Sasha McDonald. McDonald takes that bump, no problem, but they're going to run out of time on the 10-second clock. Skywomen ascend. The ball goes into the corner, and Farrah Blackbird will track it down. Watch there by McDonald. Kenley Jacobs circles, hands it off. This is Blackbird. That's going to be an illegal pick. And taking off with it, heads up play. Josie Clark saw the situation, was ready to go. Breakaway, misses the net. Gibson stood tall. Didn't give her much to shoot at. Chelsea John steps around to check, hands it off, and goes to the bench for a change. That brings Cheyenne Jimerson on. She'll go and join in for a double screen in the middle. A little sidearm rip from Gabriel. They tried to hit the cutting Mequon Tulpin. Can't quite get it. She's going to throw a pretty convincing fake, basically creating a hidden ball trick. Tulpin wanted on the back door, but Mackenzie Shimko is there to cover her. Nice job taking away that passing lane, so Gabriel's just going to have to rip a sidearm. It goes wide, but Tulpin gets it back. She'll turn and rip one that also goes wide. It was almost gone for a third chance, but Claire Johnston comes up with it instead. Nice little pick from Courtney Norton. She's had a strong game in the defensive zone for the BP Lawyers. Strong tournament. Lawyers into the offense. 1-1 as we're almost 4 minutes into the second of 2 15-minute running time halves. Camilleri gets it across to Ruscio. 6 to shoot. Ruscio runs into a big hit, but gets the pass across. That shot, not a bad one, but just off target from Zoe Chalmers. Very immediate pressure from Georgia Whalen. I would say bordering on the point of delay of game. So you do have to give the player on the restart a little bit of space to get started. Nice defensive work there as Ayaka Hamaji just shoved Dee Panton out. They try to get the pass to Kenley Jacobs. It gets away, so she opts for a swing with one hand to try and swat it in. Wasn't able to connect. They've got 3 to get a shot off. That one will go into the stick of Davina Gillis. Short outlet. Here comes Whalen. Claire Johnston is up in the offensive zone. They'll get it to her. Oh, it's tipped away and heads into the corner. Johnston grabs it. Tulpin, though, pins her against the boards and knocks it loose. Big hit coming from her, and Chelsea Gibson gets involved, the goaltender. Tulpin's going to just run through. You're going to say an illegal pick behind the play, and that is Mequon Tulpin's signature move. I used to help coach the Peterborough Lakers senior women's team, and when we would play against the Grand River Attack, for whom Mequon plays in the summer, I had some of my players coming off and saying, why don't they call anything when she puts her shoulder into us and knocks us over like that? And I said, because it's not a penalty, it's not a foul. You just have to be stronger. She is big and strong and aggressive and plays the game the way it's meant to be played, and you just have to do the same. And that's a lesson there for Zoe Chalmers. I think she knew that was coming, but stood her ground. The play behind the play was what turned it over. There's a big collision along the bench. but the Lawyers get it up into the offensive zone. Lots of time in the shot clock as Ruscio sidesteps along the corner. Johnson was looking for a pass in front, but she was nicely covered. Strong afternoon here by Trisha John, number 9. She's been really playing well defensively for Skywomen Ascend. That's going to be an illegal pick on BP Lawyers. So Skywomen coming ahead. They try to get it to Blackbird. Right idea. The pass was just off target. Blackbird scores. Farrah Blackbird is a deadly sniper. She has her first of the game, her third of the tournament, and Skywomen Ascend are back in front. Farrah Blackbird, number 6 at the restraining line there. You'll see they just flipped the ball over to her. Nothing too fancy. A nice little pick. Trying to open up a bit of space by Ava Gabriel. Those two have worked together so well in this game, in this tournament, and in the World Championships as well. Face-off is won by Skywomen Ascend all the way back to Chelsea Gibson, who flings it ahead, connects there with Cheyenne Jimerson. Dee Panton juking and jiving and breaking it down. Can't shake Sasha McDonald. Sorry, that was Courtney Norton. There's a big hit by Brooklyn Rosario as Dee Panton, after her pass, was flipped head over tea kettle. She's back up, though, and there's a fresh 30 for Skywomen to work with. John will get a pick there. Raven Martin General scores. Takes the pass, that quick sidearm release. Third of the tournament for Raven Martin General, matching Farrah Blackbird and extending the lead to 3-1 for Skywomen Ascend. Look at that spot. Davina Gillis is going to be a little annoyed with herself for getting pulled just off her post. You can see she's got the foot on the post, but lets her body drift away, and that's all the space that Raven Martin General needed to bang that one home. It's a 3-1 lead with less than 7 to go. We're past the halfway point of this second half. Tolpin with the win off the face-off. She's going to go to the net herself. Switches hands, shoots, gets through Gillis. Didn't get into the net. Blackbird pulls it out of the crease and is battling to get it. It's going to be a loose ball push on BP Lawyers. So Blackbird will start with possession. Blackbird spins back the other way. That pass didn't quite connect. Jimerson will track it down, though. Watched by Hamaji. Kenley Jacobs puts her shoulder down. There's another big collision between Mackenzie Shimko and a forward from Skywomen Ascend, and Shimko wins that one. I mean, Kenley Jacobs popped right back up, but she was definitely knocked over. 5:50 to go. All kinds of pressure. McDonald, a little trouble picking that one up, and they're going to run out of time on the 10-second count. That'll be Skywomen Ascend possession. Lindsey John comes on to start with the ball. 5.5 to go. It's stop time for the last 2 minutes of the second half. Okay, quite a scoring drought, and then 2 goals in a matter of a minute and a half have created what isn't a huge lead, but certainly seems like a pretty big lead when there have only been 4 goals scored in total. Courtney Norton didn't like that she got called for that. She didn't think she put too much pressure on Raven Martin General. Not enough to knock her over, but Martin General went down. The ball goes to the Skywomen Ascend, and Lindsey John gets her own rebound for a fresh 30. Nice defense, swarming all over that pass in the middle, but racing in to get it was Connie John. Her shot is stopped by Gillis, who pounces on the rebound, pulls it back to herself. Play was never blown down. Now there's going to be a penalty, and that's just a lack of discipline. Connie John just right up to the face. That's got to be a major. Wow. And the thing, I mean, the play wasn't blown down, even though Davina Gillis had the ball trapped in her crease. So Connie John is digging for it, which she has every right to do if play hasn't been blown down. So then Rachel King shoves her into the way, and John didn't like that King was pushing her, but you just can't lose your frustration like that or lose your composure. I get it. I mean, boy, it's an intense game. It is a major. So with 4 minutes to go, 3 minutes on the power play for BP Lawyers. Blocked out front. Swarming defense. Tulpin kicks it ahead, trying to fight through. We'll get there. Oh, what an effort by Miquan Tulpin. Puts the shoulder down, bulls her way through. Senses the player coming behind. The head of the stick comes right off for Zoe Chalmers. BP Lawyers will get it, but boy, Miquan Tulpin is in vintage form, having a great game here. Outlet pass to Ruscio. She's got to get over center, just makes it under some forecheck pressure from Farrah Blackbird. Ruscio drops it back to Claire Johnston. Oh, she made the pass over to Hill, who wasn't quite expecting it. They've got 10 left to shoot. Spinning off, gets it to Johnston. The shot is blocked out front. The 30 buzzed, but it had been picked up, so there's going to be no free clear, and the Lawyers are all over Chelsea John, and eventually they managed to strip the ball, and running onto it is Ayaka Hamaji. Hamaji looking for someone to get it to, will hand it off, and here is Georgia Whalen. Hamaji goes to the bench after securing possession. Step around, step back, and shot by Rachel King. That one's stopped by Gibson. It's a back-in call on the defender who scooped the ball up as she was stepping into the crease. BP Lawyers, 1:17 left on the power play, but Gibson will grab that ball as it bounces off the backboards. She's running out of time. Oh, that was very close to a 5-second count on the crease, but Gibson gets rid of it just in time. And here comes Farrah Blackbird. Oh, it's a goal. I was just going to say Farrah Blackbird, so dangerous. The BP Lawyers all around her. And Blackbird, as she is getting knocked to the turf, finds a way to whip home a short-handed goal. Look at the effort. Spins off that check. Courtney Norton comes and knocks her over. And that's a good defensive play. I mean, pretty good by Sasha McDonald to stand her up. Blackbird, you could see she was ready for the spin, but Norton with the hit, and Blackbird gets it on target, and Davina Gillis is agonizing as that one just gets away from her, and she sees it head into the net to make it 4-1. Skywomen ascend. Here's another chance. Dee Panton scores. Diving attempt right on top of the crease. 5-1. Skywomen ascend are on fire. This is such a nice pass. You can see Emily Hiltz heads out to check Trisha John. I mean, there's only so many choices you have here. If Hiltz stays back, John's going to be able to walk in and absolutely load up to rip one. And look at the job Dee Panton does to keep her toes just outside the crease so she can dive. It's a good goal. That's another short-handed goal. Both Blackbird and Panton. Woman down, put them in. Trisha John with the assist, a key one there. Minute and a half to go. BP Lawyers still on the power play. There's a shot. Lawyers trying to get back into it. Chelsea Gibson. Long outlet pass is going to be picked off, though. Here's Sasha McDonald. Wasn't sure she heard the opponent running up behind her. She did. Was aware. Makes that pass off. Here's Josie Clark. No goal. It's a crease violation. We are back to even strength. We have 42 seconds to go, and Chelsea Gibson's just going to whip this one down the floor. It'll be grabbed again, this time by Claire Johnston. Here's a chance stepping around shooting. That one's wide. Johnston, it's too high for her. The net is empty. Double team effort. Knocks the ball loose, but it's going to pop back up for Connie John. She can't quite get it. Erica Hill working to try and get the ball. Connie John still after it. It's a loose ball push. BP Lawyers will get it. They're going to take their timeout with 17.9 seconds left. Coach Frank Lachowski is going to try and draw up a 4-point play at the end. We're going to take a look here. Is this the... Okay, it's the highlight pack. Here is Mequon Tulpin taking off. There's Tulpin again. Nice hustle back. So 17.9 left. And what you're seeing is what has gotten us to these final moments. BP Lawyers possession. They'll have a 6-on-5. Last chance effort. The pass is going to get away. 8 seconds left. Ball is still loose. One more shot. It's blocked as well. Big hit by Erica Hill. She is flattened by Bina Garrow. And then a big hug. Everyone's fine. Look, they're fine. Erica Hill pops up. One of her teammates was going to her defense. And Erica Hill says, I'm good. I know Bina's going to knock me over. They're okay. Rachel King and Bina Garrow give each other a hug. They race out to celebrate with their goaltenders. And actually both teams are gathering in this right side of the floor. It's not often you see that, but a lot of respect on both sides for these teams. Stay with us. We're going to have the awards presented post-game, including that massive trophy. My goodness. Rio O'Toole carrying that out. Getting a bit of a workout. Little plyometric, no, not plyometric, isometric exercise, having to just hold that tournament trophy. What a win for Skywomen Ascend. BP Lawyers, the defending champions, put up a terrific battle. But in the end, Skywomen Ascend were just too much. They get a 5-1 win. Fascinating, they've won their first game 5-0 over Poland, 5-1 over Identity in their second game, 5-1 over the Thousand Island Spirits in their semifinal, and 5-1 over BP Lawyers in the championship game. Farrah Blackbird with a pair of goals. Mequon Tulpin, Lindsey John, and Dee Panton all adding singles. Julia Ruscio with the only goal for BP Lawyers. What a great game. Women's lacrosse is just taking off. And I'll tell you, if you had the opportunity to see the gold medal game at the Women's World Championship, that was a thing of beauty. A little stunning for those of us north of the border. We did not think the U.S. was going to prevail in that. I don't think too many people south of the border thought they were going to prevail either. But a 7-5 win, I think it was 7-5, win for the U.S. over Canada in an absolutely fantastic lacrosse game. It was a thrill to be in the Adirondack Bank Center right next door for that one. Chelsea Gibson with a huge smile on her face, the goaltender just to the right of your screen there. She's going to go in for a picture or maybe a little video. She gets a fist bump. See the players milling about, shaking hands. The photographers trying to get them organized. You can always count on the photographers to get people in line, get them where they need to be. The teams will go to their respective restraining lines, and we'll go down to Mike Brandt on the PA.
Taking home second place in this year's women's division is the BP Warriors. Accepting the award for the BP Lawyers is number 18, Brooklyn Rosario. And now for the tournament MVP. The tournament MVP for the women's division from the Skywomen Ascent, number 10, Mikwan Talpin.
And Mikwan Tulpin was down the tunnel as her MVP award was being announced. Her teammates were very happy for her. They put up a big round of applause. And she goes down to get the nice little pile of swag that goes with the MVP award.
And now, the presentation of the trophy. Going home, first place in the women's division of the 2024 LAXNAI tournament is the Skywomen Ascent.
Bina Garrow and Mikwan Tulpin will head out to accept the trophy from Scott Neese.
Accepting the trophy
those are
from
Bina's
Skywomen
girls.
Ascent is number 10, Mikwan
A couple of
Tulpin.
them.
And number 55,
Not all of them. There's another one coming.
Garrow.
I believe only 2 are Bina's. Maybe she has a third one. I'll have to check. There's another one. I'm sure they're not all 4 of them are not here. It's lovely to see the kids celebrating.
One more time
That's
for the
part of the
tournament
team.
champions, the
Tulpin and Garrow
Skywomen Ascent.
take the trophy over, and Skywomen Ascend will gather to celebrate their championship victory.
On behalf
Next year,
of the
at the 2025 LAXNAI, they will have a banner up in the entryway of the Utica University Nexus Center, as the BP Lawyers had this year. The Rochester Bats will have the men's championship banner, joining their banner from a couple years ago up in the lobby of the Nexus Center. We are so pleased to have had you with us all weekend for the U15 and U18 boys tournament here at Utica University Nexus Center. The men's masters, which we did get to see the championship, and the women's and men's open divisions. What a fantastic weekend here in Utica. Thank you so much, lacrosse friends, for being with us. Congrats to the BP Lawyers. Congratulations to the Skywomen Ascend. And what a weekend it has been. Thank you all for being with us. Congrats to everyone involved. Thanks a lot. I am Steven Stamp on behalf of Blue Squatch Productions and the LAXNAI 2024. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.